Any War, Any Enemy is an anti-war project in which humans annihilate themselves. The 17-minute immersive experience stretches this moment of omnicide into a series of mise-en-scènes. I had a very specific idea how each of the sculpts had to look, and the sculpts were based on the photogrammetry scans. That's John Yamayusa, our VR director and engineer, taking pictures that he later uploads into photogrammetry. This is Lou. She's here in the figure of an angel. I knew that we were going to float her in the air. This is Nigel posing as Pontius Pilate. It's not exactly Pontius Pilate, but it's something like a Pontius Pilate figure. I needed a figure that would somehow represent a figure of power at the moment of self-realization of what have I done. That's the result of the upload of thousands of pictures of each person. So here's Nigel. And because he moved a tiny bit, you can see that his face got slightly separated from his head, which was an extraordinarily lucky break because I love the idea of a mask coming off. So we exaggerated it later in the sculpt and in the resulting engravings. Niccolò dell'Arca inspired some of the poses, as did painter Matthias Grunewald, who also prompted the choice of shading and highlighting as an applied virtual reality stylization tool. This essentially is one of the finished sculpts. Chris McLeod helped me to retopologize and texture them. I wanted to have objects, physical objects, that would come out of this work. My work as a photographer is very print-oriented. So I thought at the beginning that I was just going to make high-quality canvas prints of the output that we created digitally. But then the more I looked at the work, the more I seemed to want to have it done by hand and to have it done pre-photography as an engraving. I, by accident, met Roberto Mazzetto at the Bodega Tintoretto in Venice, Italy. What Roberto did, he copied on copper plates the screenshots that I made within the engine of our sculpts to create engravings. These engravings are called mezzotints or manera nera that create an impression of a charcoal painting rather than a sharp intaglio tool. This is a copper plate meeting paper. Very simple technique where the copper plate is put in contact with the paper. After the copper plate was inked, you have to go through quite a lot of tests to get it right. I don't care when the technology was invented that I'm using, as long as it serves the idea.